morning and welcome to the second hour of LoveBabz, Love Talk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. I'm so glad you have tuned in to 103.5 WNHH. And if you're listening to me on Facebook, we're live streaming on Facebook, I think Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, wherever, all the places and spaces that Harry has us. So let me welcome, hey Melissa, hey Kayla, unmute yourselves. They're here to talk about LEAP because leap year. How y'all doing?
Hi, Babs. I'm good. Thanks for having us. Really appreciate.
Of course, I love Leave. How's Henry Fernandez doing?
Oh, he's doing amazing, doing wonderful things in the community.
Of course he is. Everything at that Q house and Leap and everything is looking fabulous. All right, so what's going on at Leap these days?
So we actually, aside from all the wonderful things we're doing with programming that Kayla can elaborate on, we have our leap year event coming up on Thursday, February 29th. So it's going to be held at the Q House this year. We're actually doing tours at the Q House as well. We have an in-person cocktail reception happening from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. with the Q House tour starting at 4 p.m. So if anyone's interested in coming, our ticket sales for the reception and for virtual conversations end on Monday. And then our ticket sales for our in-person dinner conversations end on this Sunday. So.
Oh, I love it. So is this a little bit of Melissa, is this a little bit of departure from what you normally do, or is this in addition to what you're doing?
So no, we've done our leap year event. This is going to be our 29th year doing our leap year event. But for the past 3 years, we haven't had an in-person reception due to COVID. So now we're finally bringing that back. We're opening it up to the community. We have tickets for our in-person reception at the Q House starting at just $10. So we really want to make it accessible to everyone. But no, yeah, it's our first year being back in person, a couple years. So we're very excited.
Oh, I love it. That sounds exciting. I love an in-person cocktail party. And then if people they could go to the cocktail party and buy a ticket for that and buy a ticket for the dinner, or just go to the cocktail party and leave the dinner to other people.
Yep, you can just show up to the cocktail if you want. There's going to be a lot of community members there. All our sponsors are going to be there as well, which includes a lot of predominant people in the corporate or business section if anyone's interested in making new connections. Some of our guest speakers will be there as well. So, I mean, if you don't get a ticket to the dinner, you might still be able to meet some fun guests at the reception.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, so Caitlin, what do you do over at Leap?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
At LEAP, I am the curriculum and training coordinator, but that is just a title. I work with the programs team to help with curriculum, where we give different lessons twice a week to the counselors to implement with the kids, like across different themes according to whatever month it is. So for example, this month is Black History Month, and then coming up we have Women's History Month, and like fiction, like older kids are doing fantasy, younger kids are doing mystery. But yeah, they do like little different activities, whether that's like, I don't know, self-reflective activity, like building something, like for STEM, like they'll be building like different, like, putting a light bulb, like making a light bulb go off like a battery, whatever. But yeah, so I'm just one part of the whole program team, which does, different resources where, kids do tennis or chess or arts and crafts, different providers come in, which is a whole other sector I'm not necessarily part of. Counselor development. We hire, how many counselors is it total, Melissa? Do you know?
Yeah, I think over the summer we had over 1,400 counselors, including also LITs though working with us. So
wow,
we have a big amount of youth. We're the largest youth employer in New Haven.
Wow, I think I knew that, and I think now too. The last time, were you here the last time, Melissa, or was somebody else? Somebody else was here last time.
Yeah, it might have been somebody else. Yeah,
and they were talking about now they're starting to see the folks who have come through LEAP when they were little kids now are big kids and are in their professional lives, and they come back and now I'm sure you've got not just the first kids, but third and fourth and fifth generations of kids coming back who were leapers and now are LEAP counselors. Tell me about that.
No, yeah, that's actually almost at the heart of our mission. We love seeing when we have children, we meet children in their leaper stage and they come and they return back to become they start off they can go to the LIT program, which is for our 13 to 15-year-olds. Once they finish that, a lot of them enter the junior counselor role, which is for high school students. And finally, the senior counselor role, which is for college students. But one of our counselors this year, actually, his name is Enrique. He started off as a leaper, and now he's joining his first time as a junior counselor. It's his first job at Leap. So we're very happy and excited to have him on the team. But there's just like, Kayla, you know some staff. You can talk about how she started as a leaper, and now she's the site coordinator for a site. She runs the whole site. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
really fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's really, really sweet to see, especially someone, you know, new to the organization, or newish. I'm coming up on a year, like whatever. But it's really cool to see Darkus and E, their site coordinator. So after like Enrique, you know, he's a JC, he can become, when he gets older, a senior counselor with enough experience. And then you can move into the assistant site coordinator role or site coordinator where you're running an entire site, which like has a capacity of 100 kids and four counselors, like four counselors per group. Like you're managing a lot of people, and it's really cool to see the younger kids from children's program be like, I can't wait to be an LIT. All the LITs, I'm excited to be a counselor. Like counselors are interested in moving up, and then full-time staff positions. Melissa, you experienced that?
Yes, no, I actually started Leap as a senior counselor, and now I'm working full-time as a communications coordinator. And I just like, yeah, I felt really supported by all my mentors at Leap to promote me and get me into that position that I'm in now.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And you know, y'all do these little leap kids, these little leapers. You take them on the city bus, you walk them around. They get to really see this city. I mean, we see them. We see y'all out there with a line of children getting on buses, crossing the street, going to parks. I mean, they really get around this city. Is that a part of what makes Leap so engaging and so it keeps kids wanting to come back to it?
Yeah, for sure. Like we love to offer our students the educational and like obviously physical and recreational activities, but we also like for them to explore New Haven and even leave New Haven, go outside of New Haven. Over the summer, we do these trips called journeys. So last summer, we had our 9 and 10-year-olds go to the Bronx Zoo. We had our 7 and 8-year-olds go to Hartford to visit the museum, the Science Center. So yeah, we definitely really want to give these kids a feel for what's around them in their community and like all the other places that they can go as well. So yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And Leap runs year round though, right? Like you have a after school component to you.
Yes, we do. We run year round throughout the school year and then as well in the summer. So we're here for everyone all the time.
Now, is the swim director still around? That sister?
We have a new swim director. His name is Oscar Rodriguez, and he is revamping our swim aquatics program. He's even doing staff lessons for us as well. So yeah, he's just doing great stuff. We're really happy to have him on the team.
Oh, I'm glad because I remember the young woman that was here, and I had her on, and she was talking about how excited she was to see little kids swim, and y'all have I've gone through the Leap Swim program as an adult. You know, I needed a little refresher. I have taken the Leap Swim class and I've enjoyed it. It's a beautiful thing to see these young kids get in the water and like, okay, Miss Ivy, you can do it, you can do it.
Yes. No, it's really great that we can also offer it to adults in the community as well. We've had I actually got an inquiry about a parent who wanted to do joint swim classes with her son so they could do it together and how to swim together. So we really love that. It's a way of bringing the community together, but also giving people this vital life skill of swimming, you know?
Oh, I love it. And, you know, it's so critical in the Black and brown communities, you know, that we get our kids swimming, you know, we get kids swimming. And the earlier the better, you know, and if you can get adults swimming too, even better. So so talk about the leap year event and how many dinners are signed up? Like how many?
So we have a total of 24 dinners. We have 17 dinners that are in-person dinners that are happening on the Thursday, the actual leap year day. And then we have one virtual conversation we have Greg Kidd speaking at that conversation. It's going to be very exciting. And then we also have a couple dinners on Saturday, March 2nd, with also, and then 3 in-person, 3 virtual dinners on March 2nd as well. And then finally, we have our final in-person dinner on Saturday, April 4th. So we've got a jam-packed list. All details are available at www.leapforkids.org/LYE. We have all our dinners available there, but no, yeah, we have a few available. So we have some tickets available for in-person dinners, but we've got a lot for our virtual conversations. If anyone's interested, got a lot of fun people coming up.
Yes, and you're honoring someone too, like somebody's getting honored.
Yes,
Can you talk a little bit about that person?
yes, we're honoring Tony Cilia with the Leap Community Award. He's just been a very influential, prominent figure in the New Haven community. And he's helped us a lot, and he's helped other businesses as well. So we just want to make sure we're giving Tony his flowers. So yeah, we're going to be honoring him at the reception. Very excited. I think a lot of people are actually coming to the reception just to see Tony. So
That's
very
a nice thing. I love this whole notion of giving people their flowers while they are amongst us, because we often see a lot of flowers when people are at the altar. And so this is nice, so they can be with us and enjoy and bask in the admiration of folks for the work that they've done on behalf of Leap, and on behalf of whatever they've done for the community. So that's a wonderful thing. So all right, so where do y'all get these? I mean, I know that kids come back to become counselors and all of that, but where's the majority of the folks coming from? How do you recruit?
So, Kayla, did you want to get into that a little bit, or?
Or I'm not necessarily particularly involved directly, but I know it's constantly a project to get more and more kids enrolled, just because if we have capacity, we'd like to serve as many children as possible. But the site coordinators, I would say, are highly responsible for a lot of their recruitment, because one, they're the ones setting the tone for their site and working to make a community that people want to come back to. But there's efforts like canvassing. Really, I think it's a lot of getting to know just the people around you, like getting to volunteering in the schools that we're in, building relationships with parents, because I notice at pickup, whenever I'm there, the parents, that's a really primal time to engage with them and talk about how their kid is doing, just to get that sense of familiarity. And I truly think that is a huge thing that keeps the kids coming back. When kids tell their friends, we just try to promote as much as possible in the schools that we're in. Yeah, I would say it's very largely relationship building.
I love it. I love it. And so when you say sites, what do you mean by that? Is it happening beyond just the Q House and Jefferson Street? Where else are you?
Oh, yes. There's technically 8 locations.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Yes, including the LIT program, which is the 13 to 16-year-olds. That's the Jefferson Street one. But we have 7 other sites for children's programming, 7 to 12-year-olds, which the neighborhoods, it's Dixwell, New Hallville, Fairhaven. There's 2 in Fairhaven.
We have the Hill as well.
Jack Meadows, Hill South, yeah. Roberto Clemente, and I'm missing one more.
And then did we get Troop School as well? Or
there we go.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
so you are really trying to cover this whole city,
basically,
because that's what it sounds like to me. All right, so 8 locations. How many kids are y'all looking at for the summer? Just for the summer.
So for the summer, we haven't started yet, but in the summer, that's when we really expand. We get a whole bunch of kids. We try to get about 100, we kind of max out at 100 kids per site. So that's about 800 kids, not including the counselors as well. And like Kayla mentioned before, some groups have 4 counselors to 1 group. So big ratio, but yeah, over 1,200 in total.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So how much does it cost? Is it a fee?
Nope, it's all 100% free to the community. That's
no way, Melissa. How do you provide this kind of world-class summer experience and you don't charge? How are y'all doing that?
We're actually, one of the ways we do it is through a Leap Year event. That's our biggest fundraiser. So we have amazing sponsors such as Noble Wealth, advisors of Janney Montgomery Scott. They help us a lot. They're our superhero sponsor. But just in general, our donors and our supporters throughout the year, they're constantly supporting us and enabling us to give out these programs for free and to help us reach as many youth as possible in New Haven. That's our goal at the end of the day. So yeah, we're very excited that we can.
Wow. So you must have really good donors who understand that if they don't give, that there'll be some child that won't have this extraordinary summer experience in their city.
Yes, no, we've got the best donors, I think. No shade to the other donors, but we've got.
And people have been showing up for 29 years.
Yes, yep. Yes, they have. We started in 1992.
I remember. Listen, I remember Henry and I go back that far. Our lives have crisscrossed and zigzagged professionally and personally for all that time, for 29 years. So Are y'all still in the AmeriCorps program? Do you still have AmeriCorps folks?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember AmeriCorps was such a big deal, and I was wondering if anybody was still having that experience of an AmeriCorps experience in these kinds of organizations. So, all right, so free summer program. How soon and early can families sign up?
So we typically open, like right now we're in our spring component. Enrollment is still open for children who want to sign up, but towards the summer we do it about like a month before the component starts, or around that time, maybe like a month and a half. So our next component is going to start, I want to say like the early July, end of June, early July is when we're starting our summer component.
So the spring component is like an after school program, like kids get out of school and y'all scoop them up. And now do y'all get them too when they have like spring break and winter break and all the breaks?
Well, we serve a variety of different school, like kids from all different schools come. So like this week, I believe Amistad was like on break. So it was like a lot less kids than usual because they're not coming to leave. But we run the full course. We run 11 weeks straight, like for currently in the spring. So we will get whoever's around.
And we bus kids as well. So kids
Really?
if we're at, let's say, for example, we're at Roberto Clemente, a child doesn't go to Roberto Clemente, but they're near that area, they can get bused to Roberto Clemente and they can participate in our program.
And get bused back home?
No, parents pick up, but they get
okay.
bus from the school to whatever school the LEAP is at, the LEAP site is being held at.
Oh, that's still a good deal though. Like that's such a perfect deal. So Kayla, do you spend your time thinking about what curriculum needs to be put in place to serve the counselors and the children? Like how does that work?
Absolutely. Well, I came into the position where they had just built like a 2-year curriculum because our age groups are 2 years. So we kind of switched them out. So 1 year we'll do this, 1 year we'll do the other one, and then we just keep rotating that. But this is the first year of full rotation, so it's requiring a lot of editing. And I do think it's an interesting point because even though it's given, it's a great basis to work with. There's always updates that can be made. And I particularly find myself interested in thinking about like what literacy skills we're teaching for like older kids, because right now we're doing a phonics program, which is a huge part of curriculum for the 7 and 8 year olds, which is really helping improve their literacy scores. But thinking not just about like exposure to a lot of different books, because we really do provide that for older kids who aren't doing phonics, but like thinking about more literacy based skills, breadth versus depth. And then topic wise, I think a thing that we're really trying to think about how to integrate more is digital literacy, more like mental health, mindfulness, awareness, activities, strategies. All of there's a great unit for that. But yeah, just constantly, returning to it, updating it, seeing what we can make better.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty exciting. So you have a real curriculum that y'all use. Like it's not just we just rounding up kids.
Yeah, no. It's evolved a bit because before there was even a curriculum set, we would have the counselors do it, which was a cool opportunity, but we tried to make it more balanced. So counselors still have input, but they have a base to work with too. So yeah.
Oh, I like it. So that must mean schools really like having LEAP because y'all can support the work that's already going on in the classroom, I imagine.
I think it's a bi-directional relationship too. It's really sweet to see, like in schools yesterday, a teacher apparently she stepped in to like help teach a math concept that the counselors were struggling with. And like I think it's she was like, oh, like how can, like if I'm here and I can help, like why not? But it's very sweet. I think they appreciate our work as much as we appreciate theirs. So it's nice to see that interaction at sites as well.
That's a nice interaction because I think teachers are under siege and don't get enough high fives for what they do. And so here comes a LEAP program that, sort of helps them do what they do, and can learn from seasoned teachers at the same time, right? Like that's a nice synergy right there. So
yeah. We definitely love our teachers. We like to see ourselves as an extension or supplemental to the work the hard work that teachers are doing in the schools. So yeah.
So Melissa, do y'all do other fundraisers throughout the year, or is the leap year just the one big one?
Well, our leap year is our biggest one, but we have Julia's Run. We also have the Great Give. We participate in Giving Tuesday. But yeah, I would say that leap year event is our biggest. We work very hard, starting from like September, to just get all this thing planned and going. But we have a couple of others. But other than that, our donors really just donate, even without having to have a big fundraiser in particular. So we're very grateful for the support.
So now, does Henry try to make his rounds for every dinner, or does he just settle on one place, or does he host his own dinner? How does he do that? I remember one time he told me, but I can't recall what he said.
So I think he does try to make his rounds to a couple of dinners, like probably like 2 or 3, as much as he can. But he doesn't host a dinner, but he is hosting our auction that we have at our leap year event. It's going to be happening at the Q House.
Oh, there's
So,
an auction? Like what
yeah,
kind of
there's
stuff?
a little auction
What's
as
going
well.
on? How do I see that stuff? Do I get to see it before I take a look?
Well, so the thing is that we're not actually auctioning items or anything. It's more like just like a round of donations going on.
Oh, I see, like a little paddle
Who's
race
gonna match
kind of
this
thing.
$100 donation, and we do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. You can raise a little bit of money that way because people find that exciting.
Yeah, we try to.
I love it. I love it. So the people who provide these in-person dinners, are you seeing the same people come back every year who want to do it? But do you see new people who say, you know what, I want a little piece of that action. I want to host something on behalf of Leap.
Yeah, it's a good mix of both. We definitely have a lot of returning hosts, which we're very grateful for, just because they know what's going on. They know how the process works. They're better at handling it. But we do have some new hosts that we speak with, and we communicate and try to organize everything together, get them learning how to get the hang of things. But no, yeah, we're very grateful to our hosts as well, because they take care of the catering and all the food. So that's like part of their donation to Leap, is like hosting the event and making sure that everyone there is fed. Of course, we all want to be fed. So
yeah. So now, do you, Kayla and Melissa, are you showing up for the cocktail? Are y'all old enough to be at the cocktail hour? I would imagine you are. So you're gonna show up at the cocktail hour, and are you gonna be planning somewhere at a dinner, or what are y'all gonna be doing?
yeah, so I am going to be at the reception as well. I'm actually going to be taking pictures at the reception, so I'll be the photographer. And like I mentioned before, we have one virtual conversation with Greg Kidd, so I'll be present at that conversation as well, handling the back end of the Zoom tech.
Okay. And what is he going to talk about? I'm sorry, Kayla, you can answer in a minute. What is he going to be talking about?
Oh, he's very, so Greg Kidd is I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's a Silicon Valley investor. He was an early investor in Twitter, Coinbase, and Square. So very prominent. He's involved in cryptocurrency as well. And he's going to be mainly talking about securing your digital footprint online. So protecting your privacy online, making sure that all the apps that we're using are not getting too much of our data and things like that. So he's really big on like internet privacy and protection, especially in this digital age that we're entering. So I'm personally very fascinated to be listening to what he has to say.
I might have to listen to that too, because I don't know if the laws have caught up to the digital footprint yet.
The crazy thing is, if you try to Google Greg Kidd, you'll only find so much, because he has made sure that there's not too much on him on the internet. So hopefully he'll teach us how to do that too, you know?
Wow. All right. So Kayla, where are you going to be? What you going to be doing?
So speaking of digital literacy, sounds like a great talk. But I unfortunately will not be in attendance. I already planned to be away by the time that we were told the date, so that was unfortunate. But I'm happy to be here to be able to talk about the programming side.
I hope you're going someplace warm.
Oh, yes, I am, and I'm very much looking forward.
Because I feel bad if you're going someplace where, like, if you said, "Oh, I'm going skiing," I was like, "Girl, why? It's too cold."
Yeah, this will not be the time. But I'm definitely sad that I'll be missing this event. But looking forward to next year. Looking forward to hear how it went, of course.
Oh, I think it'll be fun. I mean, it's always Melissa's right. It's always a good turnout. Even with the pandemic, people were still invested in participating in virtual ways. So
yeah, no, we're planning to have about 600 attendees at our reception with the dinners and everything. Yeah, no, it's a very big event, so we plan hard for it.
Wow. That's a lot of people to coordinate and move around and show up, you
The
know, in
develop
various spots.
the development team does a great job. That's Melissa's department. It is really, really wonderful work that they all do.
Well, but people look forward to this event, right, every year because, you know, it has become a part of the greater New Haven landscape, this event, Leap Year. You know, I mean, you know, it's lasted this long. People look forward to it. They build it into their social calendars.
Yeah, now we've noticed that a lot of the people who come, they love catching up with their friends. And so there's a lot of people who already know each other there, but they also get the opportunity to make new connections. And I think one of the best or the fun parts for them is that we have our counselors and our staff present at the reception and at the dinners. So they're able to actually put a face to the people at LEAP and learn more, connect more with our counselors, which are at the heart of our mission. So it's very exciting for everyone.
I love it. All right, so before we wrap up, I want each of you to tell me what is it that keeps you working at Leap? What do you love about it? And how does it jive with your own personal missions?
So I think for me, what really keeps me working at LEAP, like I said, I started as a counselor, so I made very strong connections with the children and the LEAPers involved. But I just personally felt that I was so supported by my assistant site coordinator, by my site coordinator, by the full-time staff who had met me when I was a counselor, and they just kept on encouraging me, like, pursue different, you gotta work at LEAP, you gotta look at the different positions, we want to see you full-time. And I just felt so supported, so encouraged, and I was getting on a ladder, like they were helping me get on the ladder to start my career. So just the culture at LEAP, that's what really that's what keeps me here.
I love it.
Yeah. I would say there's a lot that keeps me at LEAP. Really, I don't know what to say besides the people. Like, I've just always known that I've always just wanted to work with people, and like LEAP really does have an incredible bunch. Like, it is just so wonderful. Like, it's everyone else that keeps showing up day after day, like regardless how, tiring it is with the, things things are going. Doing a program is always going to be a lot of work. Things are always constantly last minute coming together, but it is just such a really lovely collaborative effort to, just provide good quality programming as best we can. It's a very fun intellectual endeavor. It's relational. It's really things I value day to day. So it's a great place to work.
Well, I don't know if y'all know Leighton Johnson, but he popped a message in that says, as a LEAP supporter and now the CEO of a nonprofit youth empowerment organization, I wholeheartedly applaud the work that y'all do and would love to. And then I'm gonna come in. I guess, inviting me to connect. But kudos to LEAP and this LEAP Year event. So listen, that's pretty nice. People are listening to this conversation
Yeah.
and are excited about LEAP and LEAP Year.
I get so happy when people when people of the community just tell us like how much they support LEAP. It makes everything that we're doing worthwhile. So thank you so much.
I love it. So here's my confession, and I've confessed this to Henry. I have never been to a LEAP Year event. I've known Henry Fernandez for damn near 30 years. I have not. And for some reason, it always falls at a time where I'm somewhere else in the world. And so I'm looking at my calendar this year, like, I know I could make it to something.
Well,
I believe I can.
our reception is Thursday, February 29th. Tickets start at $10. So if you want to show up, we'd love to have you, Babz.
I might have to come so I could break this streak of not going and not attending. I get to show up one time before the 30th anniversary. And so are you planning for next year, Melissa? Are you getting hyped up? Because, we like milestones.
Yes, no, we are definitely going to make sure that our 30th anniversary is going to be something very special. So
I love it. I love it. Well, I so appreciate you all coming on this morning. It's so good to hear what is going on with LEAP. I'm so pleased that it is thriving and really just putting their arms around so many young kids in the greater New Haven area and New Haven proper. I just love that. And thank God that LEAP is still around. Thank you,
yes,
Melissa and
Babz.
Kayla.
And thank you for having us. We're very appreciative.
Oh,
Yes.
come back anytime. Tell
That's
the new
great.
swim person he's welcome to come on too. I wanna talk to him too, because swimming is very important. I'm such a fan of teaching children of color how to swim.
Mhm.
So
I will definitely pass that message on to Oscar.
all right. Y'all take good care, and maybe I'll see you at leap year.
Hopefully.
Well, not you, Kayla, because you're going someplace warm.
30th, oh, one. I'll be there for that.
Okay, Babz, take care. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. And say hi to Henry for me, please.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.